Three, two, one.
Yeah, I pull up to the booth, patting a wave. Out here counting the waves, me and my dog.
Everyone, welcome back to the channel. See, I told you there'll be another video. Right? There's another video. But anyway, guys, this video, yeah, we're in 2021, and I realized that this was the last year of my 20s. So I was saying on Instagram how much my 20s sucked, and I asked people to ask me questions about my 20s, and a lot of people actually asked, which I really do appreciate, and I was very surprised by. So thank you guys, and because of that we get a video, so yay. Basically I'll be completing my third decade on earth. But anyway, let's get into the questions. This is about my 20s, and yeah, hopefully you learn a thing or two, enjoy it. So let's start. So yeah, a bunch of people ask me questions on Instagram. I would say for me was graduation, because that's something my dad had dreamt for so long, and I just remember putting the robe on him. What do you call it? My graduation robe on him, and yeah, it was a beautiful moment. Okay, graduation was a good moment. Guys, I don't have that. I mean, there were good memories. I don't know, moments. I just feel like moments have to be so big. But in terms of 5 people I'm grateful I met. See, I've always said, right, people are the best blessings God has ever given to me. Like, my friends are amazing, and there were more than 5. So first of all, obviously, shout out to the Forever in Sync family. Blessy, Gabby, Dami, Grace. Love those guys so much. That's already 4. Then you have the people from Quadridum, Wale, Emmanuel, James. Like, I've worked with those guys for years now, so love those. Then you have the likes of the fam, Chioma, Yemisi, Vanessa, Uju, Chiamaka, Ede, fam. Those guys have been there for time, you know. Then you have the likes of Laulu, Shei, then recently the likes of Chidera. Like, God has just blessed me with people and an amazing community around me. So really grateful for those. I believe if you make a decision, you just have to stick by it, whatever the result of that decision is. But okay, no, Bitcoin. Now, when I was in uni, I started uni 2011. I believe 2012, 2013, people were talking about Bitcoin, and we didn't really take it seriously. When I graduated, James actually set up Coinbase for me and was like, dude, just invest. I still didn't take it seriously. I started looking into investments now, and I'm just like, how I wished. So that would be the one thing. What would I have done? Saving. I would have saved better. I wasn't as smart with my money as I thought I was. So that's something I would have done better. And usually in the past, when I would save, it wasn't for a particular purpose. I would just save. So then when I wanted to travel, I could just take all my money and I'm gone. And then that money didn't really do anything per se. I don't know, man. Maybe when I turn 30, who knows? Maybe when I turn 30, it will just magically become better. But I don't know. Investing, stocks. I wish I knew that better. I wish I understood it better. If I knew that when I was younger, when I didn't have all the responsibilities I have now, and I was also making decent money then, yeah, I would have, yeah, that would have been something I wish I knew. I would have changed my course. After my first year, I knew I should have done computing for business, not computer science. That's something I would have done differently, but I couldn't tell my Nigerian father that I wanted to change my degree, so yeah, I just stuck it out. Yes, a mentor, a counselor, a therapist, like all of them, and also just like dive into your mind, get to know why you think the way you think, unlearn certain things, learn certain things, understand why your emotions work the way it works. Like, you just have to like dive into your mind and try to get it to a good place. Oh, okay. Speaking of highlights and greatest moments, going back to Nigeria, I did that for the first time in my 20s. So I left Nigeria when I was like 9, and then in my 20s was the first time I returned to Nigeria, and I've been going ever since. And see, people who know me know I want to move to Nigeria at least for a year. So yeah, I must have. I talked about the community, the mentor. So have a good set of people around you. Have mentors, therapists, counselors around you, and intangible. I don't know if it's an intangible experience. Like, take yourself on dates. I used to take myself on breakfast dates when I lived in Gloucester. Thanks to my friends, I travel a bit more. We meet up like every quarter of the year. Be intentional about those things. It just gives you a good balance. And obviously savings and having one eye on the future also helps. Too hard for me to save money, because just the way my mind works is, oh, this money is for this, put it away. For me, anything that would stop me from paying my bills, like bills have to be paid first. So if I knew the money was going to ever save me from not paying my bills, I would never touch it. So saving money wasn't never really an issue. But in terms of balancing fun and building for the future, it's percentages. If you want to have a lot of fun now, you're going to reduce the amount of percent you're building towards the future. If you build more for the future, you have less fun now. So it's just up to you. It depends on how much fun you want to have, I guess, really. So yeah, that's up to you. Would I say I've gotten the balance? What for me, balance here isn't about being able to do everything at the same time. I believe it's more juggling. So when I just graduated uni, it was more about my career. So all my ideas and side hustle, I had to toss them up. So imagine you're juggling. So I was focused on catching career, catching something else. Ideas were in the air. So when my career was doing well, I threw that up and then I started working on something else. So I'm trying to work on a clothing line. So I'm catching that now, trying to focus on that, trying to buy a house because my career is stable, toss that in the air. So it's just how you juggle different things and you place priorities on certain things. The one thing that for me hasn't changed is Christ has to be involved. Because I'm a Christian, my morals and values comes from my Christian background and family. Morals and values have to align. So for me, that hasn't changed. I didn't used to have a type, and then I realized I love dark-skinned women. Oh, God knows. But before that, I loved dancers. Dancers to me are forgive my language if this is wrong, but dancers are the sexiest people alive. Contemporary, ballet, hip-hop, lyrical hip-hop, whichever style of dance. Female dancers to me were so. But now, dark-skinned women, but it's not a deal breaker. It's not like if she's not dark-skinned, I'm going to be like, oh, I can never be with her. When God says I'll marry, at this point, that just has to be the answer, because no, but hopefully sooner rather than later. I did this a video for another day because that question is so loaded, right? My sister was recently telling me that I haven't healed from certain things because I just have good coping mechanisms, and I've just decided to bear things and decide things were not going to change. And the way I handle certain things is just to, like, if you've seen some of my writing, you know that there was a time I wasn't as healthy as I am now, and I might not be completely like there yet, but I'm getting better. So what did I have to heal from? Fam. Yeah, that's a whole separate video, man. That's a whole separate video. Sometimes you have to use scriptures. Sometimes you have to just say, Auntie, see where I am now in my life. You know that I cannot get married now. I have to settle some things. And then after that, it's just, do you see? Help me find a wife. So you just have to just like play around with it and don't take it too seriously when they ask as well. I just want to see progression. I just want to see progression in on the things I've laid foundations for. So the ideas I want to pursue, I just want to know that they've done better. If not, I'll feel stagnant and that will get me in a crappy mood. So progression is a key thing. Progression in my career, progression with Quadridom, progression in like Prayer Point is an idea I'm working on. Shadek, which is a clothing line, is an idea I'm working on. I don't want them to be ideas anymore. Those two things have been ideas for like the last 4 years. It would be great if they were not ideas anymore. Um, ah, so my thing with work, right, is I struggle because a lot of times I feel like I'm not good enough or someone is better at the job than me. Of course, there are people who are always better, but I used to struggle with that a lot. I still do sometimes. But one thing I notice about value, especially in entrepreneurship or like making websites for people, is we undermine ourselves just to get a job, and then we start saying things like we'll take less pay just because we want to, we want to have that good feeling of having a gig. But also some people take lesser pay so that they don't have to deal with the high demand that comes with. If someone charges you £10,000 for if someone pays you £10,000 for a website, you have to deliver. So some people take less just so that there's not that much pressure on them to deliver. So I think when you know your value, just stick to it. So this is what I learned, right, about values and jobs. It's better to deal with the stress of one job that's £10,000 than deal with the stress of like 5 jobs that's £2,000 when you know those jobs are £10,000. So yeah, so same thing when you go negotiate a contract for a work, for a job or for your career as well. It's better to get that job that you know would pay you what you truly deserve than dealing with the stress of being like taking the low paying job. So you don't want to do that. I would love to own a dance studio one day, that's for sure. I would love to. Why not? But in terms of quadrium and entrepreneurship, I don't know if I'll ever do entrepreneurship full time, but by grace of God, I am saying that in the next 5 years, quadrium should be in a place where I can basically just do quadrium full time. But even if I'm doing quadrium full time, I will still want to do my career path because I love what I'm doing now as well. But even my career, I would want to go into contracting, which I guess is a bit of entrepreneurship because then I'm not in a full-time commitment at a 9 to 5, so we'll see what happens with that. It's so true. That is so true. In my mid-20s, I can eat what I want. 1 month in the gym, a few dance sessions, and I'm done. I'm back to normal. Now, God, it's so hard. It is so hard to lose weight now. You really have to be like extra disciplined in what you eat. Eating is really half of the job, and then do extra work in trying to work out, and it's just long. So I put a lot of pressure on myself to get certain things done at a certain time. So for example, if you remember the last video, I really wanted to get a house in 2020. It didn't happen. It wasn't my fault per se that it didn't happen, but I always looked at myself first, like what could I have done better? And there were things I could have done better. And that really affected my self-esteem and how I just felt about myself, because I'm like, oh, you didn't do good enough. Look at your mates. And I hardly ever compare myself to people because we're not running the same race. They haven't had to deal with the issues how I have had to deal with, right? So everyone's race is different. But, I just put that pressure on myself to get things done at a particular time. And if I could have done something better, my mid-20s after uni, my self-esteem was really good. I knew who I was. I was working towards a certain thing. Before that in uni, it was terrible because obviously uni was a difficult time, fam. Uni was just difficult. But I have gotten to know myself better. That has helped with my self-esteem. Just because I know who I am, I know what I'm capable of. I know where I'm going. So yeah, that really helped with my self-esteem. And last question, are you still doing Bali for your 30th? Yes, I'm doing Bali for my 30th. I saw this video by Passport Heavy, and I and my friends are going to go to Bali. And the person who asked this question, you're definitely invited. You're allowed to come. So yeah. But yeah, guys, that's some questions about my 20s. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're in your 20s, what are things you're experiencing now? What are things you're learning? Put it down in the comment. Let me know. If you're in your 30s, please give us some advice. Let me know what is going to happen when I get there. If you're below 20s, let me know what you're excited for. Let me know what you're looking forward to in your 20s. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Yeah, see you on the next video, man. And yeah, subscribe if you're new. For those who have been here, again, thank you, because I know I am so inconsistent and you guys stick with me. So I appreciate you guys. And yeah, Take care, guys. See you on the next video. Bye.